Hey guys, and welcome on into another episode of Getting Wild and Flying High, free NHL and MLB picks. I'm Terry, back today, ready to break down the NHL and MLB slate. We'll start the show as we usually do, and that is taking a look at what happened yesterday, but we'll also take a look at what happened on Wednesday in the NHL. No, I didn't miss the show because I didn't want to talk about the Wild's loss. I will definitely get to that here in a few seconds. The Islanders and the Hurricanes went to overtime. The Hurricanes got the 2-0 lead in the series, heading back to New York, which will play today, of course. Panthers got the upset win 6-3 in Boston. Um, kind of surprising me. I had Boston on the puck line. So that was a big win for Florida, showing that they're not going to go down easy in this series. Dallas responded after the overtime loss to Minnesota with a huge 7-3 win. Marc-Andre Fleury was not good. The Wild defensively was not good. The Wild battled back to make it 3-4 at one point, and then, of course, weak goals by Fleury ended up giving Dallas the win there. Uh, really reminded me of Game 6 against Dallas with when Minnesota faced Dallas in the playoffs previously with Devin Dubnyk, who allowed some weak goals to really kill momentum for the Wild in that game. But Minnesota heads home with the 1-1 split. And Edmonton also rebounded 4-2 win over the Kings. I had Edmonton in the first period, minus a half. So that was a winner, which was awesome. Um, looking about what happened yesterday, and yesterday was not the best day for me. And it started here. I had the Lightning after game one. Um, I thought that we were going to see a similar result in game two, but of course, the Leafs bounced back big time. The Devils and the Rangers. I was on Rangers money line in that game. Um, that game did not have the split. The Rangers took care of business in that one. Oh, the Kraken had a 2-0 lead, but the Avalanche battled back and got the win and tied the series. But I think it's safe to say that the Avalanche aren't going to just skate by to a win in this series. Seattle is giving them a fight in this one. So we'll see what happens there. And then the Vegas Golden Knights rebounded with a 5-2 win against the Winnipeg Jets in that one. Bring up the first game we'll talk about, and we'll jump into the chat. What's up, Terry? I smashed a like. Thank you, Richie. You always do. Hello there. Hopefully, it's not Isles versus the refs again tonight. No blaming the refs, Nick. No, I'm kidding. I did not watch the game, so I can't comment on if the refs screwed the Isles or not. I can't comment on that. So, a good day, Terry. I smashed like after Richie P. Thank you, Captain Bry. Nick said he was going to be with you in the garage to celebrate tonight. Wow. Well, there we go. There we go. I'll be celebrating by more than just the garage. I'm going to get some vodka for tonight for my boy Kaprizov. How about them Panthers? Yes, huge win for them. Time goes by so slowly, I suppose. Yes, time to hunt again tonight. If they can get this win tonight, that would be huge for them. That would be huge. Yeah, it's funny how I chose the Panthers minus 1.5. The first game, Bruins win and cover. Yeah, poor Isaacs. I chose overtime game two, Panthers win and cover the reverse puck line. I love to see it. I'm done with Sabanajad anytime goal this series. Yeah, it hasn't. For me, it's Kreider. I'll be betting Kreider um, in tomorrow's game because he's just been so on fire for the Rangers. Keep on using him for best bet. Hey, Terry, lost my damn best bet. Stupid Phillies. I know. Yesterday was a rough day for me. Premium plays, I went to 1 and 5, and the Phillies run line was one of them. It was just a horrible day, but luckily it's a new day and we can go on here today. Let's go, Isles. Let's go. And Richie says no. But we have Carolina minus 110 to plus 105. The Islanders minus 112 to minus 125. 5.5s and 5s in this game here. I'm not going to go anywhere near a total of 5. It is the playoffs, but we are also seeing scoring increase across the league this year. So you won't catch me betting the under 5, but I'm not going to bet the over 5 either. Uh, but I'm going to take the Islanders in this one. It's do or die for the Islanders. They have to win this game. Carolina um, on the road last year in the playoffs was not good. It was a big difference, home and away splits for them. The Islanders fought to get it to overtime in the last game. I think they come home here and have a good performance. So I'm going to take the Islanders on the money line here for game one. When it comes to player props, um, I have Burns assist written down. I'm not sure the price on that. I'm looking at it for more as a parlay piece. Actually, I can get it here. He had 4 assists in his first. Oh, wow. It's a really good price. Okay, so I'll be betting this singly. I did not expect plus 110. Burns assist plus 110. He has 4 assists in the first 2 games. That's just something that's got to be bet for me. And the Islanders, team I struggle with to get props. So I'll be on Burns assists, but I'll be on the Islanders to win the game in this one. Laughing, laughing. Isles money line. Carolina has done nothing during 5-on-5 during the series. So as long as Carolina doesn't get a 5-0 power play advantage this game, they win. We shall see. Isles win 4-1. That would be fine with me. So you all are going with the home teams. That's to be determined. To be determined. Give me Canes. It is a good price for the Canes. Isles at home, even though the Canes seem to have their number. Yeah, yeah. Have to take Burns assists. Yeah, you have to right now. Have to. Finally on a side for this series. LOL. Well, let's go. Let's go, and we'll go on to the second playoff game for tonight. Boston Bruins and the Florida Panthers. Boston minus 135 to minus 152. Florida plus 110 to plus 130. Sixes, couple sixes, mostly 6.5s in this one here. And this is a tough game for me. Um, I don't know who wins this game. Boston should bounce back after their last game, but I don't know. I don't know if they do. So I'm ultimately staying off this game when it comes to side or total. Montour, I am looking at him here for an assist is minus 110 to minus 108. So that is a good price. If you wanted to parlay the point instead, that's also a good price. I would do that there. And then I have Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi has been great so far for the Bruins. Let me find him. Find him. I can't find him right now. But he's I don't know why I don't see him on the list. Bertuzzi point is minus 122. So I think that's a good price. It's within my price range as well. Bertuzzi. And then for so Montour for Florida, Bertuzzi for Boston. Those are the player props I'm looking at here in this one for this game. Would lean with the over, but I'm not getting to it here. Da, 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 da. Panthers money line, Panthers in 7. I know Boston is good, but Panthers should not be plus 200 to win this series. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Bruins puck line minus 1.5 to get back home ice. Yeah, I could see that happening. I don't see the Panthers winning this series. I've said quite a few times I don't. Boston, the President's Trophy curse is going to hit them eventually, but I don't think it happens in the first round here. But we'll see what happens. Go against his Bruins, give him to me. Yeah, if Ice X is against the Bruins, then we all want to take the Bruins. Goalie switch ups equals different outcome. You'll see my best bet. Wild's goalie surprise game 2 screwed up how I'd be backing the Wild Stars series. Bruins win game 4. Okay. Okay. But moving on along to that next game, Dallas Stars and the Minnesota Wild. Dallas minus 115, or sorry, minus 107 to minus 118. Minnesota minus 118 to minus 103. 5.5s right across the board here. And this one, I had to go back. I actually went to Wikipedia to find this information. The Wild's history in game threes, because since I've been watching Minnesota hockey, I can remember very strongly how well the Wild perform in game threes. So I went back and looked at it. 7-2. The Wild are 7-2 in their last 9 home game threes. That does not include the bubble playoffs that happened in Edmonton, because that's you can't consider that home ice when it wasn't. So looking at the games that were actually in Minnesota for Game 3, they are 7-2 in their last 9, coming off an embarrassing loss to Dallas in the last game. Um, Partly because of Fleury, partly because the team played bad. But I expect a very good performance by the team today. I expect Gustafsson to be back in net. Joel Eriksson Ek and Ryan Hartman are both game time decisions. If you throw them back in the lineup here, uh, I think we're getting an excellent price on the Wild. This is the game I was targeting. 3 units I have on the Wild money line today. I expect them to get this job done. Gustav Nyquist over half an assist, a plus 125. Gustav Nyquist to get a point at minus 114. Uh, that's all I can basically say. I expect a big night here from Nyquist and a big win by the Wild to take a 2-1 series lead over the Dallas Stars. This one. We all love Wild for game 3. I don't know about we. I don't know about we, Richie. I don't know if you're involved in that. Didn't have bet for the late games. Now I do. Wild minus 1.5 per memoriam to Flower. Nick already bet Minnesota at game 7 winners. Right. Good luck, Terry. Good luck, Terry. Thanks, Captain Bry. I will be watching that game, of course. I hope that's part of your best bet. And Nick is going to go with Wild money line as his best bet. Uh, and Richie's saying yes, yes, yes. And I don't know if he's excited about Nick isn't the jinx of the Wild like he used to be. So just want to make that clear that um, he's done much better with the Wild as his best bet recently. Oh, it's not. I left that to Nick. There we go. There we go. But we'll jump into the next game here. Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. Edmonton minus 149 to minus 170. LA plus 110 to plus 139. 6.5s right across the board here in this one. And I think LA is too big of a dog in this one. I get it. It's the Oilers. But what we saw in game 1, the Oilers blew a 2-goal lead. They got the win in game 2. Now they head to LA, and I just feel like this is too big of a plus price with the Kings at home, and what I expect to be a very close game. So I'm on the Kings here at this price. I like them to get the job done. If you're looking at player props for parlays, Draisaitl to get a point. He's leading the Oilers in points in this series, and Anze Kopitar to get a point. He's leading the LA Kings in points in this series. But I like the LA Kings on the money line in this one. Richie laughing. Wild have been better. Jays have taken the best benchings now. Yeah, well, as we saw last summer, you don't have a good read on the Jays, and I don't have a good read on the Mets. Although I did have a good read on the Mets yesterday, but I didn't bet it. Oilers, thanks to Nick. Oilers minus 1.5. Oilers minus 1. Okay, everyone is liking the Oilers here. Draw. McDavid only has 1 point in the series. It's 2 games, but yes, that's true. Smack, Richie P, and no goals. And no goals. Hey, we've seen Edmonton last year a little bit different, but Edmonton in the playoffs, they haven't really done well if you take out last year. And I'm taking the home dogs here in this one. Going over to baseball for the baseball part of the show. Chicago White Sox, Tampa Bay Rays, White Sox plus 138 to plus 150. Tampa Bay minus 162 to minus 182. Nines, couple 8.5s available here in this one. And I'm taking Tampa Bay. Team total over 4.5, which you can get for minus 107 to minus 110. I don't want to have to back Tampa to win in this game just with the pitching matchup we have. But I think asking them to get 5 runs against Kopech and the White Sox isn't too much to ask for this Rays offense. Number one against righties in baseball. And I'll take the 4.5 at around minus 110 price in this one. Funny how McDavid's anytime goal odds is minus 105. Yeah. I wonder what my best bet should be. I wonder, Richie. I wonder. Nick is on the over 8.5. And sounds good to me. Hopefully Tampa gets 5 of those 9 or more runs, and I'll be happy. Going on along to our next game, Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees. A game I won't be able to watch because it is on Apple TV. Thanks a lot, whoever makes that decision. But I feel like the game against the Yankees last year was on Apple TV. It's like, come on now. This is a huge rivalry game. But sure, don't make it available on TV. Toronto, plus 110 to plus 120. Yankees, minus 126 to minus 140. 8s and 8.5s available here. And as I was mentioning all spring training long and so far this year, I'm going to back Kikuchi. You're giving me Kikuchi on the mound at a plus price. The New York Yankees, number 23 against lefties. Kikuchi 2-0 on the year. Yes, he does have a 4.7 ERA. Sorry, he did get smacked by the Angels, a team that has hit him very well. But I expect a good performance by him here in New York. Give me the Jays money line and give me Kikuchi over 5.5 strikeouts, which is a plus 115, I believe. We'll go check. We will check. Kikuchi strikeouts is plus 105, up to plus 115. So plus money, Kikuchi strikeouts. He has been great so far this year. Best bet for Calvin Pry. 3 Boston first quarter. Boston first quarter. Our first half. Money line and Rangers total over 4.5. That's Texas. Okay, I'll just put Celtics instead of Boston. All right, plus 213. All right, Kikuchi and German looks like a really obvious over. First 5 under 4.5 for me. I don't think it's an obvious over at all. Of course, Kikuchi haters will want to take the over, but German looked much better in his last start. And Kikuchi has been great this year, so I don't. I think the under 4.5 is actually a good look. I don't think it's an obvious over at all. Do Adam Pelech anytime goal as your best bet. Crystal, I sprinkled on Bo Bichette home run plus 700. Wow. He's hit 2 off German. Yes, and I believe Bo has played very well against the Yankees in general. That might be Vladdy as well. But I know there's some Jays that have hit the Yankees very well. Clapping to IceX, and Richie is going to tail. Going to tail you on that. Going along to our next game here, and then I'll do kind of the rest of the slate, as I don't have a whole lot of baseball today, but I do in this game. I've actually tripled up in this game. So I've gone crazy in this game. One of my favorite games of the baseball slate today. Houston Astros minus 105 to plus 102. Atlanta Braves minus 110 to minus 120. 8.5s and nines available here. This one, first off, I'm on the first five under 4.5 here. These are two very good pitchers so far this year, and Hunter Brown and Elder for Atlanta, both 2-0. Brown has a 1.93 ERA, Atlanta a 1.53. Houston 23 against righties. Atlanta is number 8 against righties. But I think if there's a pitcher that can stop them here, it is Hunter Brown. So I like the first five under 4.5. And then I'm backing both pitchers on strikeout props. Hunter Brown over 5.5 strikeouts, and Elder over 4.5 strikeouts for Atlanta. Elder minus 120. Brown, I believe, is plus 105 for his strikeout props. I think we're going to get a lot of strikeouts in this game and a lower scoring first five. That's my way of tripling up in this game. So we will see what happens here in this one. Good luck to us. Yes, and yes. Okay. We will go to the recap of the whole slate of games we didn't go over. Or I didn't go over Dodgers and the Cubs. Urias against Smiley. This one's tough for me. The total's high, but it's in Chicago, so there must be wind blowing out for the total to be where it's at. So even though I would kind of lean with the under, I'm not going to mess around with that. I'm not getting involved here. Player props: Outman or Freeman for the Dodgers, Cody Bellinger for the Cubs. And that one, Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Ashcraft against Keller. I think Cincinnati has the starting pitching advantage, but this Pittsburgh Pirates team is not a team I'm going to fade right now, which is surprising to say. But the way they played this year, I have zero intention of going against them, but I'm not going to lay minus 140 with them at home. So that game's ultimately a pass. Player props: Steer for Cincinnati and Sawinski for Pittsburgh are players I'm targeting. I have not seen if they're confirmed yet. I'm just going to let you guys know the players I have written down for hits, and then you can do with that as you wish. White Sox and Tampa Bay. We went over that game. I mentioned Tampa Bay team total over. Sheets for the White Sox: Mejia, Rosarena, or Josh Lowe for Tampa Bay. All three hitting righties well and hitting well the last 7 days for Tampa Bay. Probably in Baltimore, Lorenzen against Wells. I think this is the Baltimore spot, but I'm not taking them on the run line. So it would have to be money line and a parlay piece. Players I'm looking at: Hasse, I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, for Detroit, and for Baltimore, Mateo, Hayes, or O'Hearn, depending on who is in the lineup. Colorado and Philadelphia. I was on the Phillies yesterday. They're even bigger favorites in this one. I'm priced out of run line, money line, anything like that. Not getting involved in the total. Player props: Diaz and Bryant for Colorado, Marsh and Real Muto for Philadelphia. We went over Toronto and the Yankees. Player props, I didn't mention that one. I'm looking at Bichette, as Crystal mentioned, and then Whit Merrifield, who has been playing very well recently as well. Miami and Cleveland. Garrett against Plesac. Not a game I want to get involved in. If I was forced to bet something here, it would be Miami at the underdog price, but I'm not going to get involved here. Houston, Atlanta, we discussed. Oakland and Texas. Sears against John Gray in this one. I think Texas money line is a great parlay piece. I'm not going to take the run line here. Looking at props for Oakland: Perez or Rooker, and then players for Texas: Jung and Heim are players I'm looking at for Texas. Boston and Milwaukee is my picks and parlays exclusive uh, play of the day. You can find my play in that game up on the site in my 5 game package that I have up there. Use code MLB in the checkout for 20% discount. I do have 2 players on each team that I'm looking at. Uh, Duran and Verdugo for Boston, Voigt and Caratini for the Milwaukee Brewers. Washington and Minnesota. Um, I'm not touching this game. Player props that you could look at: Vasquez and Solano for Minnesota, and then Garrett, Candelario, or Ruiz for Washington. But I'm not sure if I'm going to touch that game or not. Kansas City and LA Angels. Um, LA props. I'm looking at Rodon or Trout. Um, don't have any Kansas City props. Angels huge favorites in here. In this one, I was looking at Otani strikeout props, but it's 7.5, and that's a bit too high for me. So that game is ultimately pass. San Diego and Arizona. I have Bogarts for San Diego. He continues to smash the ball, especially against righties. And then for Arizona, I have Smith or Perdomo written down for Arizona. St. Louis and Seattle. Matt's against Kirby. Seattle's got the pitching advantage, but St. Louis has the hitting advantage. And I'm just kind of stuck on this game. Literally, the only thing I have written down is Gorman for St. Louis to get a hit. Otherwise, that game is pretty much a pass for me. And then the Mets against the Giants. Lucchesi for the Mets. Discalafani for the Giants. The Giants are awful against lefties this year. Number 29 in MLB, like with a 557 OPS against lefties. So they are doing absolutely awful against lefties. Nimmo and McNeil for the Mets. Bart and Flores for San Francisco. I think this is a Mets spot. And this Giants team is just not nearly the same team they were last year, in my opinion. Bring this up and we'll look at what happened the last 2 days in the best bets. Under all day, first 5 full game. Right? I don't know why, but I feel like Islander players will get a hottie tonight. Wow. Well, that would be unexpected. Cubbies, minus 300 fade. Rockies first 5 and money line. No way the Phillies lose again, right? I don't know. Their offense was bad yesterday. I would expect it to bounce back this year or this today. BRB, I don't know who is pitching. Noah Davis sounds familiar, but at the same time, not sure. Yeah, it's a prospect, I believe. I like A's first 5 full game is at MS side. Stay away from the Oakland A's. That's all I have to say about that. Lean Oakland first 5, but not interested. Yes, not interested is the best decision. Gotcha. Looking at what happened on Wednesday, Merrifield got a hit for me. Chapman did not. It was just an upsetting loss there. Nick went with Philadelphia Phillies money line, which cashed. Kev Cook went with Cubs run line, Boston run line, puck line, which didn't cash. Richie went with Texas money line and Jung over half a hit, run or RBI. And sorry, that was 1.5 hits, which did cash, plus 275. Captain Bry, Crystal, and IceX, unfortunately, all lost. Going to yesterday, I didn't give a best bet yesterday, as there was no show yesterday, but I did put the video for people who wanted to put their best bet in. Crystal went with Phillies minus 1.5, which sadly didn't cash. Clear and I went with Toronto in regulation, which did cash. Captain Bry, IceX, Kev Cook, and Richie all unfortunately lost yesterday. Looking at the standings for the best bets so far this year, or this month, sorry. IceX in first, up 15.58 units. Richie in second, Clear Nine in third, Crystal in fourth, Nick in fifth, and the rest of us currently in the red here. Looking at today's best bets, for me and for Nick, it is wild money line here. Let me get the best odds, minus 103. And then Captain Bride's going with Celtics first half money line and Texas Rangers team total over 4.5, which is a mixed best bet. And then we will see what else happens here. Dun, 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 dun. I should have skipped two, Terry. Yeah, it is what it is. I have two draws and two puck line plays last night, and sure, I chose the draws as my best bet instead. Hey, the one thing about best bets is choosing the right one, which is sounds a lot easier than it actually is, because it is a lot easier than it actually is, or a lot harder than it actually is. Ice X is going to go with New York Islanders minus 2.5 plus Florida / Boston draw or plus 2016. All right. All right. Best bet for Richie is going to be Sagan anytime goal plus Iskanen assist. Normally, I would wish you luck, Richie, but not today. Not today. And Crystal will post her best bet later. Awesome. No problem. But that is today's show. Best of luck to everybody today. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're like the content, hit the like button. Appreciate all the support. Should have the video coming for tomorrow's games tonight sometime, so check out that. If not, maybe it comes out tomorrow. Not 100% sure, but best of luck to everybody on your bets today, and we'll see you again for other episodes of Getting Wild and Flying High, free NHL and MLB picks. Quickly take a look at the comments here. I hope Stars get shut out. Sounds good to me. No worries. And tongue face. I hope the Bruin players get shut out. Hearts. There we go. There we go. Everybody is having fun here in the chat. But best luck to everybody today. And we'll see you again to other episodes. Getting Wild and Flying High. Free NHL and MLB picks. Best of luck, guys. And let's go wild.